Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Debbie Mediati. I am the creator and founder of Rebel Coaching and Rebel Therapy. I've created this series because looking at the Tarot, the major arcana of the Tarot, and the reason being is because it's one of the modalities that I work with. And the Tarot can be quite a wonderful tool for deepening self-awareness, sort of getting a read on the energies maybe of the moment, of the day, of the year, of the week. And I know that in my work, people find it really helpful as a tool, not a predictive tool, but a tool to prompt inquiry, prompt you to ask some questions, to look at some things, especially around the question that you came to your deck for. So whether today we're looking at the Lovers, this is card 6 of the major arcana, and as always, we're just going to take a moment to find your seat, get comfortable, take a nice deep breath and exhale. And just take a moment to look at the imagery on the card. What stands out to you? What feeling comes over you when you look at the card? Is there any particular imagery that is significant to you, creates a certain thought, a certain feeling? The colors, the people. It's important to begin to start to tap in when you're looking at your cards, when you're learning Tarot. It's really important to check in here so that you begin to build a relationship with your own intuition, with your own inner knowing. Okay, so the Lovers, card 6 in the major arcana. Astrologically speaking, the Lovers is the card of Gemini. So what do we know about Gemini? Gemini is of two minds, right? The twins, which the Lovers is not typically associated with twins. We've got the traditional Adam and Eve version, which is the first man and the first woman, right? But it can also be indicative of this Gemini energy, which is that of the twins. So it can be so whether you've pulled the Lovers out as a source of inspiration and you've placed it on your altar and you're checking in with it, or you did a pull on any given day with a specific question in mind and the Lovers came out and you're wondering, the heck does this mean, right? So many readers will read the Lovers as love, right? Especially if they're doing a love reading for you. I don't do love readings. It's just not something that I do. But it doesn't, that's not to say that when the Lovers comes up, it is not indicative of some intimate situation, some romantic situation that you may be struggling with, thinking about, trying to manifest for yourself. I look at the Lovers in a bit of a different way. So let's give you that as well, and you take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. So if the Lovers pops up, you may want to ask yourself some questions that may come up. Where am I in my relationship to love? Love of self, love of others, be that platonic, be that romantic. What is your relationship to love? Not everyone has a healthy relationship to love, right? Not everyone feels that they've won the lottery in terms of love. Many people feel sort of left out or find themselves in repetitive, unhealthy relationship patterns. So perhaps for you, that is the inquiry, the line of questioning you'd like to go down for yourself. If, however, that's not relevant in your life and You're not looking for love. Your intimate connections and romantic connections are solid and good, and that's not why the Lovers seems to have popped out for you. The other way to look at the card and to ask yourself questions around, are you at a pivotal transitional point? Did you come to your deck for that very reason? Because you're at an inflection point and you either want to make a change or you need to make a change. The Lovers can be representative of choice. So you can ask yourself, what are the choices in front of me? Okay. Anyone who works with me would tell you that I always ask, after the two most obvious choices, what's the third choice? Because there's always a third choice, right? So, for example, there's the decision to stay, there's the decision to go, if we simplify things, and certainly life is so much more complex than that, and our decisions are typically much more complicated and complex than I'm reducing it to for today. But the choice can be to stay or to go. What's your third choice? Sometimes the third choice looks like, I don't have enough information yet to make the decision to stay or go. So for right now, I'm going to stay, but I'm also going to gather more information, do more research, get more in touch with how I feel, consult an expert, consult a professional, whether that's a coach, a therapist, a financial advisor, a divorce attorney, a mediator, someone at a college campus, right? There's always a third option. And when we get stuck, this has been my experience, both personally and professionally. When we are coming to the cards with a question about a choice, it's typically because we have not considered that third option. We feel stuck. And we usually feel stuck because we are in the energy of this or that. Sometimes it is this or that. And we're hesitating because that is not something we really want to do. It may cause pain. It's likely to be difficult. So when we're coming with that question, it can be because we're trying to avoid a pain point or because we haven't considered the third option. So I'd like you to spend some time with this card. And going forward, when you are thinking about making decisions, I'd like you to start to ask yourself what that third option might be. Okay? Wherever you find yourself polarized, it's this or it's that. Marley would like you to know that it's okay. We all do it. Start to ask yourself about third options, just as an exercise in getting comfortable in this place that isn't polarized, that isn't this or that isn't black or white. Our minds tend to just go there. So ways that you can engage with that, journal. You can journal it. Okay, I know, what are my two most obvious choices? And just, kind of free write. Don't censor what you're writing. See what comes up. Maybe doing a vision board, a vision journal. Things that you desire without censorship, right? Without thinking in terms of only what's possible today. Expansion. The third option usually lies in expansion. And we're not really accustomed to feeling in an expanded state, especially when we're at an inflection point. We tend to get constricted. We tend to get rigid. We tend to feel, whenever there's the sense of being stuck, everything gets small or feels small, right? So I encourage you to spend some time, using the Lovers as an anchor when decisions need to be made, when you feel like you are in the land of this or that. Okay. I hope that you found that helpful. Any questions or concerns, please, I'd love it if you would put your comments in the comment section below. I will leave all of my information if you'd like to contact me or work with me. I'll leave all of that information in the description box below as well. And thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again. I'm going to continue this series going through each of the major arcana of the tarot. Thank you. Bye.